What's up, guys? So we have won another game in La Liga, and we breezed through Valencia. So just finished watching the game. I watched the game a little bit late this time, but yeah, I think it was an easy game for Real Madrid. Valencia didn't really put up much of a test, and yeah, the players just kind of handled it in the first half, right? So second half more quiet. Madrid just taking it easy, getting ready for the Liverpool game. And yeah, so in this video, I just want to go through what I saw, some tactical changes I noticed from Xavi Alonso, and yeah, going through the lineup, going through the team performance, and then also going through the player performance as well, and the overall game. So I'll start with the lineup, of course, and I think the lineup for me was another surprise from Alonso because I thought he would have made a little bit more changes. Yeah, resting Vinny, for example, or benching Vinny and getting him ready for the Liverpool game. And yeah, I thought maybe in midfield we might see Camavinga starting because he had an amazing game against Barcelona. So it was a surprise to see Alonso going back to, really, I would say now this is our starting 11 at the current moment, and then yeah, some tactical some changes depending on the game, right? So yeah, 4 at the back, and we played 3 in midfield and then 3 up front. So this time was actually maybe the first time that you actually now had Chouameni as the single pivots, and then you had Goulet and Bellingham playing off him. So I think they were both sharing the duties of making those runs and getting into the pockets and getting into the channels. It wasn't like our standard 4-2-3-1, which was nice to see, like this 4-3-3, testing it out. And I think it went quite well in the first half and everything. So yeah, I think now that is our midfield, Chouameni, Bellingham, and Arda Güler. And this is what we're going to be pretty much playing unless something changes. So even with Trent coming back, yeah, I still think that Valverde it's going to be a struggle for him to get into that midfield. And then that's what we're seeing now as well with Camavinga. So I think that is going to be our tried and tested front midfield 3 for the coming games. And yeah, he played a pretty strong team as well. Mascherano starting was also a surprise because, yeah, he's after coming back from his knock, he hasn't really been as energetic and showing his quality as he was before. And Brahim has come back with a mission. I think he's had some amazing games the last couple of games, right? So I thought if it was going to go back to a 4-3-3, but I definitely thought that Brahim would have been starting, right? So that's one thing. And then now, yeah, the actual game itself, which was yeah, it was kind of like slow a little bit, because yeah, Valencia weren't really pressing they weren't pressing at all, and then they were allowing us to build up from the back and then to pretty much to walk into like the middle and the final third. So I think Valencia didn't really show up today. I didn't see any of the players actually trying to control this game or trying to show any quality. Right, and Madrid took full advantage of that with finishing them off quickly in the first half, right? So we had a slight scare in the very beginning with Goulet with his ankle and everything, but luckily that was nothing. And yeah, he was able to continue to play and also be very involved in the game, right? So I think he had an amazing first half, and it was good to see him like playing in that deep role position and then also being quite fluid and making those runs, right? So Güler being okay, and then now I was trying to see actually the relationship between Arda Güler and Bellingham, because in the game in the very beginning, yeah, it was now they were kind of both a little bit deeper, and they weren't really in that final third, like in that pocket just behind Mbappe. Instead, they were actually focusing on like channel runs. So instead of actually having the one there making runs going out to the channels, you actually have them quite deep, and then now you actually had Bellingham making those runs on the left channel. And then you had Arda Güler making those runs on the right channel, right? And it was a little more calculated. Like it wasn't all the time they're making those runs. It was a little more calculated, which I thought was quite nice. And they were making different runs because Arda Güler was actually maybe kind of, doing combinations with Mascherano, where Mascherano would actually come a little bit more in the in the middle channel. And then Arda Güler would actually be hugging the touchline and then trying to find those passes from there, right? It didn't really work out like that in those positions. But then you had Bellingham on the left side, who's actually trying to find those pockets, and we saw him making some really good runs. The first one was given an offside, but it didn't look like it was offside, unless I was mistaken. But yeah, that definitely did look like it was offside. Then the second one, it led up to Bellingham's a shot on goal. And this was because, their right back was like focusing on Vinny, and then that created a space between like the right back and the center back. And then Valencia's lack of intensity in terms of actually also tracking back and spotting the runs from Bellingham and Goulet were not there at all. So we really could have utilized, I think, those gaps a little bit more. But when we did, we were effective. So that's one thing. And then we got our goal in the 19th minute. So Militao winning a penalty from a corner kick, and it was given a handball. Handball. And man, I guess it's the rule. It hits the hand, it's a penalty. But man, like, where's the guy meant to put his hand? But it is what it is. So we got a goal. We got the penalty, and Mbappe clean strike into the left corner, which we'll cover it a little bit later on as well. Now with Vinny not having such a clean strike with this penalty. But that was us 1-0. And then like I said, man, I think the game I was looking at, I was like, man, the players on both sides, man, like walking, not exerting too much energy. But maybe this was also Madrid's tactics, like not to exert too much after the game against Barcelona, even though we did have a whole week to rest. But having the game against Liverpool as well. So I think Madrid in this game just did enough. They did enough to get the goals, and we got the goal quickly. And then now also, finishing the game off. So like they were in like third gear, I would say third gear, So then Mbappe got the second goal. So I think this was a beautiful goal. So this actually came from some good link-up play from Madrid on the left channel, right? So that gap opened up again, and then you had Arda Güler feeding, making a run into the center, and then feeding the ball, and then eventually, that ball came into Bellingham on the left channel, right? So from there, no, I'm getting it mixed up. It was the other way around. So now actually, we had seen Bellingham getting into that left channel, right, on two occasions. But then this time it was actually Arda Güler coming from the right side, coming in centrally, and then now actually going into that channel, and then Bellingham finding him with a beautiful ball, and then Güler finding his partner in crime, Mbappe, and it was a very, very sweet finish from Mbappe because the ball, it was not a challenging angle for him to hit that ball, right? So I thought just letting the ball touch his foot and then boom, directing it into the goal. So it was honestly amazing. So good on Mbappe, continuing scoring his goals, and he's looking unstoppable, goal a game at least, So today he got his brace, which was good. So we're 2-0 up and really cruising. And then Madrid's just trying to find ways to break Valencia down, and some chances here and there. So our third goal was actually quite interesting because there was a bit of a change, because normally we had Vinicius Jr. On the touchline, and then on the right, like what I saw was that from the beginning of the game or a little bit later in the game, you had that switch between Massanto Ono and Arda Güler, depending on like who was on that right touchline, right? But on the left, it was always Vinny on that left touchline. But then we actually saw Massanto Ono and Vinny like coming in to the middle channel, and then just outside the penalty area, and pretty much there with Mbappe, right? So we had those three, so occupying that middle position, and then now you had Carreras being able to go up more forward, and this helped to create the space for that third goal that came, and so then once again, actually. 1 second. So the third goal, Bellingham. So same again on the left channel. You had Valverde swinging that ball in to Bellingham on the left channel, and then he was able to come in and have an amazing shot from outside the box, and just to cap off a good performance from Bellingham. So overall, Mbappe getting the brace, and then Bellingham himself getting on the score sheet, and completing a good first half. And then coming now into the second half, Madrid are really on cruise control. What was interesting though was that Tchouaméni came off, resting him for the Liverpool game. And then also Goulet came off as well. So then we had Camavinga and Ceballos coming on. So helping us to control the game a little bit more and just to ease into finishing off this game. And when they came on, we actually changed our position. So we went to a two pivot. So Camavinga and Ceballos. And then Bellingham was now back in that position further up, more centrally, and then now making those runs to the channels, right? So just behind Mbappe, and then now being able to be a little bit more freeform in the final third, right? So second half itself, I don't think we created that much opportunities, but I think we weren't really trying as much because the game had already been finished, and Valencia came out in the second half. And it was pretty much the same as before, like lack of intensity. I'm not seeing anything from their midfields. I'm not seeing the players actually wanting to run and to fight in this game, right? So Madrid, took full advantage and didn't want to waste any more energy for the game against Liverpool, right? So that's, and then I think overall goods. Like in the 60th minute, I was thinking, okay, this is actually a good time to get some subs in, some players who don't generally get like that much opportunities, so of course Endrick, I was thinking of, but at least Rodrigo, so we hadn't seen Endrick playing, so I thought around the 60th minute that it would be time to maybe bring these two on, and then also maybe Trent as well. But I guess Trent is not ready yet, so now that he didn't play in this game, he's definitely not going to play in the Liverpool game. So I don't even think he'll come on as a sub unless it's necessary. But in the 60th minute, I thought more subs would come on, especially like later on when Asensio did come on for Hausen, so resting him for Liverpool. And I thought that was a time to actually just bring the morale up a little bit for some of the players who aren't getting that much opportunities, right? But for Rodrigo and Endrick, that came a little bit later on, the last like 10 minutes of the 90. And we got to see Endrick. He didn't really get much of the ball, but when he did have the ball, we saw him being very lethal on that right side, right? So seeing that drive and determination we get from Endrick, right? So overall, then of course I have to mention Carreras' fourth goal, which was a beautiful strike. The ball ricocheted to him, and then it was just like a bullet, just went straight, boom. So it was nice to see Carreras getting on the score sheet. I think defensively was sound again. In terms of carrying the ball and passing, I think it could have been a little bit better. But let me know what you guys think. I think it could be a little bit better. But it was definitely better than what we saw against Barcelona, right? And then him topping it off with that goal, right? And he did win the penalty that Vinicius did end up taking. And I think we've all said it. Many people have said like Mbappe needs to take all the penalties because Vini's strike is not good enough, and this was a terrible penalty. So every single penalty, ideally, man, I want Mbappe stepping up. He missed the one against Barcelona, but we know his quality. So you're gonna miss some here and there, but we know Mbappe is a better penalty taker. So let's just have him taking our penalties, right? But Alonso, in his press conference, said that Mbappe is the penalty taker, the first penalty taker, and then I believe the second penalty is then a decision between Mbappe and Vini. So I was still just like it to be Mbappe, honestly, to be honest. But let me know what you guys think. But overall, clean game, quick game, finish it off. Didn't expend too much energy, and then we should be fresh enough for the game against Liverpool. And then Liverpool are back on winning ways as well after winning 2-0 against Aston Villa. So it will be interesting to see which Liverpool we get against Real Madrid. But Anfield, tough game, tough ground, but Madrid, I think, should go there. And we can do the same thing that we did to Barcelona. So, all right, guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel and for all things Real Madrid. All right, see you guys on the next video. All right, later.